Hey everybody, welcome to Sunday Night Heat with Extreme Heat Pete. I am Extreme Heat Pete, and it's absolutely roasting in this room tonight. But we've got a packed show lined up tonight. Unfortunately, one of my guests has dropped out this evening, but he'll be joining us for next week's show. So fingers crossed he will be there with us. But we've got a really packed show tonight. We've got three guests. Fingers crossed, anyway, 3 guests. But I know 2 for definite, which are joining us. And that is, we've got John Price and we've got Karl Gibbons from Bournemouth Chilli Bits joining us. So I've got both of them on for a chat. I've got a list of questions to ask them all. So I'm going to start off asking how everyone's week's been. I hope you've all had an enjoyable weekend. Your bank holiday is going pretty good because it has been pretty good here in the Midlands. It's been nice and warm and sunny and everything. Yeah. Also, with Karl Gibbons being on tonight, we've got a sauce review coming up. This is the strawberry curry sauce review, the twisted pepper sauce. Strawberry curry sauce. Who would have thought it, eh? Strawberry curry sauce. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to bring on my guest, John Price. We're going to have a bit of a chat with him and see what's popping in the world of pods. So just wait for him to give me a thumbs up to tell me that he's ready. Yeah, I've got a thumbs up. Right, I'll bring him on. Ladies and gentlemen, this is John Price. He is a chili pepper grower from here in the UK.
Hello? Hi, Pete. Hi.
You all right, mate?
Yeah, good.
Little bit of information about you. You are John Price. You grow hot peppers in the north of England, am I correct?
Correct, yes. I'm in the northeast, near Newcastle.
Northeast Newcastle. You're the first person from up north I've had on the show. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, I've got a list of questions here. I did forward you the questions for you to give me some answers on them.
Sure.
So, shall we crack on with the questions and we'll have a little chat throughout these questions?
Fire away, yeah.
Yeah, so, okay. So, what got you started in pod growing?
Yeah, well, where I used to work, there was a guy, he every season in the springtime, he would bring a lot of chili plants in, a dozen or so, and they would go on the windowsills in the office. Everybody would have a look and, get excited about the pods forming and when the flowers were coming on and everything. And then by the time it got to the summertime, when it was time to have the 2 weeks holiday, everybody got a plant and everybody would go home with a plant. And he was a really good guy, good for sharing. And that's what got me started with the peppers.
Cool. So ever since then, it's kind of snowballed into more of an extensive hobby.
Exactly. Yes.
In growing them. That's pretty cool. I tried growing pods earlier on this year, but they all died. I've got one plant which my project manager LG's looking after for me, which is a hurtberry plant, which is thriving at the moment, but all my other plants died.
Yeah.
Wow. So I've got one plant growing. This is a question from my 10-year-old son. Which is your favourite pepper?
It's got to be the 7-pot.
The 7-pot primo or 7-pot yellow?
I mean, any of the 7-pot family. They're really versatile, taste well. You can use them for everything, good for sauces and good for cooking with. So, 7-pot pepper.
I added a 7-pot yellow to a chili a few months back for me and my mate, and that one pod blew our socks completely off. It was wow, and this pod was no bigger than my thumbnail, and it's wow.
Yeah, I mean that is my favourite one, the yellow, the 7-pot yellow.
Yeah, that does pack a serious kick for the 7-pots. So I shall let him know that, unless he's watching. I'm not sure, but I shall let him know your favourite is a 7-pot. Have you got any of them growing at all this season?
I have, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll have to catch you on a couple of them. Next question. What is the hottest pepper you are currently growing?
So I've got a few hots. I like the super hots, but probably the hottest one is the Butch Tea Reaper that I've got at the moment.
The Butch Tea Reaper, that comes in
Butch
at
Taylor.
about 2 million Scovilles.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite a hot one.
Roughly about 2 million. The Reaper comes in at 2.5, 2 to 2.5.
Yeah.
So I'd say the Butch Tea's slightly.
Well, Butch Taylor, what he's done is he's taken it and perfected it, and he's done some selective breeding, got the pods to be bigger, better, hotter, look better, more stable. But yeah.
Yeah, if anyone's new to a Butch Tea, it's a chocolate colour, isn't it? That pod, the Butch Tea Reaper.
He does a lot of different colours. I think these ones are
I'm
red.
I'm getting mistaken with the chocolate Butch Tea one I've seen Jamie Bolton consume numerous times.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that quite well. So is that the only really, really hot one you're growing this year, or have you got?
No, I've got a lot of different. I've got Nagas on the go, and I've got a few Scorpions on the go as well.
Love a Naga.
Yeah.
I do love a Naga. All right. This one's going to be an odd question, completely off piste. What is your worst pepper experience? Now, everyone's had a worst pepper experience in their life. Me naming a few on camera, it actually happened on camera several times.
Right. Yeah. I mean, fortunately, I'm not going to talk about the toilet one. But making the powder, I mean, the first time I made chili powder, you dry all your chilies out and you put them through the blender and get them all into a fine powder. And I don't know if it was just a malfunction at the time, but there was just an explosion of powder everywhere. And I mean, once it's out and it's hot and everybody's breathing it in, it was traumatic, and everybody's fighting to get out. Yeah, it was a disaster.
Nasty. I had an experience on camera a few months back, back last year, where I handled the Hell Unleashed sauce, and I accidentally got a little bit on my finger.
Yeah.
And I rubbed my eye,
Fatal.
the corner of my eye, and man, that was so painful. No matter how much pain relief or water I put on it, it just kept on building and building and building and building. Broken Charlie. I've got Broken Charlie in the house. He's just popping up on the chat. There we go. Hey guys.
Yeah, he's obviously done it.
Powder everywhere's the worst. Yeah. I've not had the experience of powder. I've had the experience of touching pods and touching certain parts of my body and touching my eyes, and yeah, it's not nice. It's not nice. It's not nice, and there's no way getting rid of the pain. Well, not that I found anyway, but apart from sitting in a bath full of milk if you got a cow in your back garden. No, that's your worst pepper experience. Powder. Remember that, guys. If you're using powder, wear protection. And even after you've handled chili peppers, wear protection during that. Right, moving on. What is your favourite sauce? Now, every chili head and every grower must have a favourite sauce they've ever had, either supermarket sauce or an artisan sauce.
Yep. I mean, I enjoy a few different ones, but at the minute, I'm enjoying Hotheads Trinidad Scorpion.
All right, yeah, I've had that one.
Yeah,
I've got
it's quite nice.
In my old studio.
Right. Yeah. It's hot. It's
yeah, it's hot. Yeah. It's hot, but it's got a nice. It's not too hot that it wrecks you. It's got a nice subtle burn which builds and then it stays there, and then it goes down, then it comes back up again.
Yeah.
It's one of them sauces which is well balanced. It's not going to give you a bad time or anything. Just has a little bounce up and down with your system, and then so forth. I have to make an order with Hotheads very soon because I'm kind of low on their sauces. Now we've heard your favourite sauce. What's your worst sauce?
Yeah, I'll not have any friends at this rate for telling me worst sauce. But seriously, it's got to be the supermarket ones, the ones that's loaded with vinegar, and to try and get that shelf life out. I think the artisan sauces is the way forward. Better quality, shorter shelf life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm not a big fan of supermarket sauces because of the vinegar.
Exactly.
So vinegar sauce.
Vinegar forward. Yeah.
Like that shot I did of the Lidl's bring the pain sauce. I did back in the early days of EHP. I did one of these shot glasses full of it.
Yeah.
And it literally pickled my guts for days afterwards. It was that potent on vinegar. And it was Adele on Nukes who dared me to do a shot. So that was really, really nasty. And no, sauces made by artisan producers because they're packed full of flavour.
Yeah.
And they've got none of this nasty stuff that supermarkets pile into them and say that it's really good for you when it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, the way forward is buy artisan, buy local if you can, if you've got a local artisan producer, or even attempt to make it yourself. You never know. You can't go wrong if you try and make it yourself. I have made some myself before, and they turned out okay-ish. Until I forgot to pulverize the bottles and they exploded everywhere. But that's another story for another day. How many varieties of chilies are you growing this season? Now, you did send me a list a while back of everything you've got, but I didn't count them.
I've got 26 varieties on the go at the moment.
26 varieties, ranging from hot to mild.
Yeah, exactly. So some of the milder ones, I've got some ricottos, and it's the first year that I'm growing ricottos, and I've got 4 varieties of those on the go. I've got your usual habanero, medium heat stuff like your Scotch bonnets as well, and then obviously the hotter Nagas and ghosts and scorpions, and of course the Reaper.
Are you hoping for a bumper crop this year? Seeing the weather's been so amazing for the past 2 weeks here in the UK.
Yeah.
Surely you're going to have a bumper crop of some proper decent pods.
I'm certain. I mean, it's looking good already. Plenty flowers, plenty pods starting to form, and it's all looking good in there.
Cool. I'll look forward to grabbing some of those fresh pods off you in the summer and munching on a few, hopefully with a couple of very popular chili heads who we all seem to have in common. So now moving on to the final question. Now this is one which you've been looking forward to answering, and I've been looking forward to hearing who these 4 unfortunate souls are. So if you could choose 4 other chili heads to have a good pod munching competition with, who would they be and why?
Okay, this is
feel free to tag these people in the comments if you wish.
So Jamie Bolton, for
Jamie
sure.
Bolton.
He's just savage. You've seen him obviously.
Yeah.
So Jamie Bolton, Broken Charlie, who you had on last week.
Yeah.
For definite as number 2.
You've got to produce something what's going to hurt him, surely. Because nothing seems to hurt that lad.
Exactly.
Nothing goes in him and gives him trouble. So yeah, he'd be a class act to have on. So Jamie Bolton, Charlie Watmore,
Kevin Tilley.
Old Melvin Willie, the creator of some amazing sauces, which I've still got to review. I've got loads in a box beside me. I've still got to review them. And his tinks are out of this world too. Same as Charlie's. Charlie's tinks, pretty tasty too. Your third one.
So that was the third one, Kevin. So Jamie, Charlie, Kevin, and fourth one, Angus Geobates.
Angus Geobates. Someone tag Angus and let him know that John Price has just called him out to do a pod munching competition live on my show. Everyone, let Jamie Bolton know. Let Charlie know. Charlie, you're in chat at the moment. So John Price wants to do a pod munching competition live on one of my upcoming shows. Angus, you've been called out, my son. You've got to do it now. Have I tried? Yeah, I did try your tink yesterday, and it was bloody hot, Charlie. I will do a Robbie of it tomorrow in tomorrow's lunchtime show. Hang on, it's got on here. I'll be up for that. There we go. Charlie's agreed to do a pod munching competition live.
There's one in the
price. That's one in the bag. Just got to get Angus Geo Bates and Kevin Chilli and Jamie Bolton to do it. I'm trying to think off my head another random question. I see I've got Karl Gibbons sitting in the back room waiting to join us. He's finally made it after his series of events which have happened this afternoon. I'm still waiting for my other guest, Dom Clasby, to pop around and join us. But you will be back shortly, John Price, to do the review of the twisted pepper sauce from
sure.
Karl Gibbons.
Looking forward to it.
Have you got it there?
Yeah, got it handy.
Cool.
Remember the spoon.
Remember the spoon, yeah. I've got my big spoon. I don't do half measures. Big spoons all the way. So you'll be on for that shortly after I've had my chat with Karl Gibbons. And hopefully, if Dr. Dom joins us, all four of us will be on while he burns his face off with his surprise challenge. And we're not going to reveal what challenge he's doing just yet because I don't know if he's going to be taking part. I don't want to build up the climax and him not to show up. So I'm going to put you back in the back room now, John.
Sure.
It's been a pleasure talking to you and for you answering these questions. Remember, anyone who knows Jamie Bolton, Angus Geobates and Kevin Chilli, tag them in this video and tell them that John Price has called them out for a pod munching competition live on my Sunday night Heat with Extreme Heat Peach shows. But I will talk to you shortly, John. I'm going to bring on Karl Gibbons now.
See you soon.
See you soon, mate. So that was John Price. What an interesting chap and what an interesting series of questions he answered from me and my viewers. Is there any other viewers out there who want to drop in a couple of questions while we're chatting away to our next guest, which happens to be Karl Gibbons from Bournemouth Chilli Biz, all the way down there on the south coast of England. He's a new producer to me. I'm quite new to his products, but let's have a chat with him. And let's see what the man himself's got to say. Let's bring him on.
Hello.
Everybody, here's Karl Gibbons from Bournemouth Chilli Biz.
How you doing? All right?
I'm doing all right, mate. Good. It's nice to see you made it after your the problems you had.
Yeah, I pulled out the end of the road, and I think it's something to do with the clutch, but it went somewhere around the corner, and some random people pushed me back. Yeah, just a nightmare.
Nice to have some good citizens.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said to him, give us a knock tomorrow, get your free bottle of sauce.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I suppose that's a good deed, good return for a good deed.
Exactly. Yeah, I reckon so.
Give us a push and I'll sling you some free sauce.
Yeah. I'm just going to try and spin my camera.
All right, no problems.
Bit of a better view then.
There we go, we've got full camera now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been a pretty busy boy lately with all these festivals going on.
Yeah, just different bits of things trying to attend.
The Portsmouth one last weekend?
No, I did the cheese and chili near me in Christchurch.
Christchurch one, that's the one.
Yeah,
that looked pretty bouncing by the pictures I've seen on Facebook of other producers what were there.
Yeah, I think
with Steve Gibbs.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were there with Plot 34A Chili's.
Yeah, and Irina was there.
Arena. Yeah.
And trying to remember the name of her company now.
A bit of a pickle.
A bit of a pickle, yeah. And there's another girl. I can't remember her name now. Somerset Chili Garden, is it?
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, she's good. She's been doing it a couple of years now. Still quite new to it. She's doing really well as well. She sold out on the Sunday by about 2:00, I think. So,
crikey, that's good.
Yeah,
Stuff
really good.
Popular.
Yeah, she makes some cracking sauces actually. Quite a nice heat level to them as well. Nothing too mild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Oh, that must be you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be you.
Apologies. I'll turn that on silent.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm still waiting on a message back from Dr. Dom. I've got his
Oh
chat.
yes.
I'm still waiting for him to join us because I really want to see him hurt tonight.
Yes. Well, when I did the cheese and chili on the weekend, I think on the Saturday we had 5,500 people roughly turn up.
Wow.
And last year they had that over the whole weekend. And then Sunday was even busier than that. They closed the car park at 3:00 on the Sunday, and people were still flooding in. It was a crazy weekend.
Well, these festivals seem to be getting popular and popular, but every year.
Yeah.
Every year, every producer I'm friends with says that they've had a bumper festival. Every festival they're going to, the numbers are going up as the popularity in the chili community grows. And
yeah, it seems to be.
Years ago, before COVID, chili festivals were kind of nothing, and now since COVID and everyone's managed to mingle again, they're exploding everywhere, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it's because it's quite a good event. The chili side isn't really, there's no sort of battle between producers. Yeah. Everyone's like, if I haven't got something, I'll send them over to Irina or vice versa and whoever else. It's not really, you don't try and argue between who has which sauce. You know, if I don't make it, they will, and you just push them over to them. You know, and it's quite a nice, calm environment, really.
Yeah, it's a good community to be part of.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, lots of friendly faces as well.
Yes.
I'm yet to attend my first chili festival because there's hardly anything going on here in the Midlands, surprisingly. But fingers crossed, I've got something special lined up for September, and I'm hoping to get a few producers to come and join us on that.
Nice.
Shall I reveal it now, or shall I leave it and let it hang?
Is it one that's already going on in September?
No, it's one which I'm organising with my best mate Luke, who works behind the scenes at EHP. It is going to be called Leamington Chili Fest.
Okay.
And it's going to be a chili festival in Leamington, because we don't have a chili festival in Leamington. We don't have one in Warwick, but we have the food festivals.
Nice.
But there's not much going on in the chili wise at those two events.
Right. Okay.
But we've decided to come together, get sponsors, get a bit of sponsorship. We secured sponsorship from a few people already. We're getting backing from the council to hold this event, and we're hoping to get some of the other producers from your neck of the woods, Steve Gibbs, Flavour and Fire, and all that, to come to Leamington and show Leamington and Warwick what you guys make.
Yeah, a bit of artisan.
A bit of artisan, yeah. Because there's the only artisan producer we've got in Leamington, hot sauce wise, is Price's Spices.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he lives about 10 minutes up the road from me. Yeah. And he's all game for joining Leamington Chili Fest when we arrange that. So
nice.
I'm hoping John Price will provide us with some pods for a pod munching competition.
Nice.
So I'm hoping he'll be game for dropping us some pods for that.
Yeah.
Got thumbs up in the background for that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to ask you your questions now. Now we've had a bit of chat to know each other. Now we're going to get to know each other even better.
Yeah.
What started you making hot sauces?
Well, I think it was during COVID, or near the end of it, when they first started opening up what are they called? Like a car boot sale, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I seen a truck. There was a truck there with a load of plants for sale, and there was some chili plants. So I thought I'll give it a go, grow a few chili plants. I bought, I think it was 4. And I think I killed them within about 2 weeks. And then it was like, I couldn't deal with the fact that I couldn't do these plants. I thought, why can't I do it? So, but by the end of that season, I had about 45 chili plants. And I just wanted to crack it. I wanted to prove to myself that I wouldn't fail at that, and I can grow some chili plants, which I did. And yeah, I had a lot of chilies. So I froze them all, and then I think I was chatting with my partner, and I said, "What should I do?" You know, I thought, "I'll make us a chili jam. We like a chili jam, you know." So
I like a chili jam myself.
Yeah, just we've had it at like Nando's. You get your chili jam with halloumi and all that. So I think I googled a Tesco's recipe for a chili jam.
Oh, supermarket, how dare you?
Yeah, no, it was a recipe that Tesco's like on their online recipe.
All right. Okay, yeah.
Like how to make it, a little video and that. So I followed that, made a chili jam, twisted it a bit because I didn't want to copy it. Yeah. And I gave it to a couple of guys at work, and literally within about a few days, people were asking for it again. So I made a bit more. And then I thought, I worried about making food without being covered by some kind of government legislation, whatever you want to call it. So I registered it on the direct gov, and it made me a limited company. And I was like, what do I do here? So I designed some labels on Procreate, and I got Steve Stark to do me my logo.
Yeah, Steve Stark does quite a few producers.
Yeah, labels. And that's what made me go with him.
I've got his
got his link there.
I've got his link somewhere. Hang on. Fine, I've got so many links here. There we go. Steve Stark. He does a lot of stuff for Mark.
Yeah, he does. He does a lot for a lot of the chili guys, to be fair. I mean, Chili Goodies, Chris House, he uses it. I think Daddy's Cool might use it, and there's a couple more that use it as well. Yeah. But he's really good. So I got him to do my main logo, and then I threw him a load of ideas for a late jar label, and just said I wanted it fully editable, so I could just do what I wanted on it. So he did me that first original one. And so I created these labels. I think I come up with 5 different recipes, a couple of chutneys, a couple of jams. I made 15 of each, and remember putting them on my shelf in my cupboard and thinking, if these don't sell, then we're just going to have to eat 75 jars of product. So I stuck it on Facebook, and I sold all 75 in about 9 days on just to local people. So then I used that method, and basically for every 1 jar I sold, I made 2 more, because at the time I was only buying like a few jars from Wilkinson's and stuff like that, so it's quite expensive. So I was just 1 jar made 2, and that's the method I went with. So then I made 30 of each, and then I did that a few times, and then that was only last year. So give it a year from that date, and it's crazy amounts. I mean, now it's about 18 months in, and I'm sort of looking at over 100 in a batch. Sometimes I do less, about 60.
You got a pretty cool ride to go with the business as well.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, well, that was another thing.
That van looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a case of like, I had the option. I wanted to push the business to the next sort of level, and I want to go around more shops and more butchers and try and get my product in the stores. So it was an option of build like a place in the garden where I can do all my cooking and stuff rather than using the home kitchen. Yeah. Or it was advertisement size, get a van, get it wrapped, do my own design, and sort of push the image first, and then get a bit more call for it before I build something, which is the route I took, and it's worked quite well until it broke down today.
Right, on the next question, what's your favourite chili to use in a sauce? Surely you must have a favourite pod you like to use in the production of your sauces.
Well, my favourite flavour of a pod in products, whether it be a sauce or a curry, is probably Naga.
The Dorset Naga?
Any Nagas really. I mean, I grew my Dorset Naga last year. I think did you see the Dorset Naga I grew?
Yeah, I did, yes.
Yeah.
Big beefy one.
Yeah, I grew it.
You didn't snaffle that off you and munch on that.
No, I had a few people come. James Green and some others came around and chomped on one. But it was I did it in a water butt in the garden, so a full size water butt, and I did no soil. So I did it like
A cracked
it started as a crack tea, and then I bought a solar panelled air pump and popped that in it. And it was a plant I bought which was like this. It lost all its leaves in a week, and then suddenly every 2 weeks it was tripling in size. And I got about 450 something Nagas on it in the end.
Crikey,
it was taller than me, wider than me. It was a beast. But I did that, and I've still got a lot of them frozen in the freezer now to do like a
have you still got that said plant? Has it survived?
Well, I literally cut it down. This was last season, and I only cut it down a couple of days ago. But yeah, no, it's outside. I left it out in the winter, so it didn't survive over winter, unfortunately.
Fair enough. Well,
but yeah, I would say Naga's probably
that's gutting, because the following season they probably would have been even bigger and hotter.
Oh yeah, if I could have brought it inside and kept it going, because I've got a bit of a grow cupboard going on, but this year it's been turned off. But I was considering bringing it in, but it was so big it would have just taken over the whole cupboard.
We've got Jamie Bolton here in the chat. He's obviously got the message that John Price has called him out on the pod munching competition live on the show. Yeah,
I've used Jamie since the day one as well. I used to send him sources before I'd even made it, like with my little test pilot.
Well, I've sent a few of my homemade tinks to Jamie Bolton, and he's enjoyed them so far.
Good.
I've done a couple of challenges with Jamie as well, live on camera, which didn't end very well for me, but ended all right for him.
He's just an animal. He really is.
He's none of the wiser what happened.
No,
Jamie, you, Kevin Tilley and Angus Geo Bates have been called out to do a pod munching competition live on one of my shows, if you're up for it, because John Price has called you out to do it with you, Angus, and Kevin Tilley, all four of you on my show and munching on some pods. John will provide the pods for this said chili munching competition. So your name has been pulled, so you've been called out. So please don't back out.
He won't back out.
No, he won't back out. He's a monster.
Send him the biggest and the dirtiest, and he'll be fine.
John, they don't have a pod bad enough for him. That's your mission. You've got a couple of months to produce something what's going to kill him.
I tell him what, for Jamie, what we do is if you send me the pods first, I'll fill them with that Carolina Reaper sauce I made recently, and then he can eat them with that filled inside it. He'll like that.
Oh, there we go. It's getting even spicier.
Yeah. Actually, I think he's got a bottle of sauce. He could fill it himself. He's got a bottle of the sauce.
All right. What is the hottest chili you've ever eaten?
By accident would be a 7-pot.
7-pot. John Price's favourite chili pepper.
It was a 7-pot pineapple, I think they called it. It was a nice big bright yellow one. And the first time I tasted it with my partner's daughter and her friends, they were doing a live Instagram thing, and I said, "Oh, do you guys want to try this little chili?" And I pulled it off the plant, and I knew it was a 7-pot, but I didn't really know enough about the 7-pot at the time. I didn't realise it meant it's enough to do 7 pots of food.
Yeah.
So I chopped it up into thumbnail pieces, and I went, "Yeah, to these girls. They're only about 10 or 12 years old," and we all had a piece. And as soon as I put it in my mouth and chewed it, I lost my voice straight away. And I was like, right. And I looked around at the kids, and they were in a bad way. We had to
plenty of milk on hand.
Oh, they were in the kitchen in tears, water, milk. We had to delete the video, and then I had to take them back to their parents about half an hour afterwards with my head down.
Oh, that would have been a classic video to see. Right?
I had it for a while, but I ended up deleting it because every time I watched that, I felt really guilty. Yeah, not good. I've done that twice now. I did it with my daughter with a couple of white Nagas I pulled off my plant. And I went, "Yeah, I'll taste this." And she had a jalapeno. She was fine. So I gave her a white Naga. She was sick. I had to delete the video and come off live.
Now, every Halloween around my area, I give my trick-or-treaters these, which are Satan spawn gummy bears.
Gummy bears, yeah.
Satan's, I give them a few of them every time they knock on the door. They don't come back the following year.
Perfect. I might have to do that as well. I like that idea.
Yeah, if you don't want to come knocking on your door the following year, just give them a couple of little Satan spawn gummy bears, and they won't bother coming back.
Perfect. And if the people like them, then you've probably gained a customer. So
exactly, if people like them, then they'll come back for more. And so,
yeah, nice.
We've got another question, another message from Jamie. I work nights, happily do pods and multiples, but won't be able to happen. Can't go work cramping. Well, we can do the show on a daytime. It could be a lunchtime show during the daytime.
Breakfast.
Well, I do a lunchtime show at middays during the week. So if John's up for doing it a lunchtime show, and we can get Kevin do it on when Kevin's available. I know Angus likes to do his pods during lunchtime.
Yeah, Kevin do whenever. Kevin's quite happy. He'd be at work at his desk and he'd probably still do it.
You should try chocolate dip pods. They won't come back ever.
Oh, what, for the kids? Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
I like that.
Right. Okay. So what's your favourite sauce you produce? You must have a favourite out of all those sauces you produce.
Well, from the sauces, I would probably say the twisted hot pepper for me.
Twisted hot pepper, the one me and John will be reviewing this evening.
Yeah, that one was literally a producer challenge on Any UK, and they gave us 5 ingredients and said, come up with something. So I didn't want to be anywhere near anybody else, so I twisted a few things. I pushed my boat out with like white balsamic and some other flavors, and then I just threw in some curry flavors, and it came out so hot. I used strawberries to bring down the heat. Entered it in, won first place with it alongside Sean Overthrow.
Yeah.
And yeah, we both won first place on that. And to be honest, his sauce was a very similar outcome to mine, even though we were both.
His strawberry sauce, I believe, was based on the Rummy Endurance.
Was it?
The Endurance sauce, yeah, because that's a strawberry-based sauce.
Mm. Yeah, see, I use strawberry to calm mine rather than make mine the base.
Yeah. He might have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that sauce was a dampened down version of the Rummy Bear Endurance sauce.
Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, but that's probably my favourite sauce. And then obviously from the jar side, which I do like jams, chutneys and different things. For me, my personal favourite would probably be the Naga chili jam.
Naga chili jam?
Yeah, it's not too hot.
I've had a Naga chili jam in my life.
Yeah, it's not really, the Naga is not the problem.
No, I have, sorry. Yeah, it was a Mr. Vicky's Naga chili jam I had.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Vicky's?
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, I've had his Naga chili jam, and that was very tasty, nice in the curry. Yeah,
he makes some cracking products, he does. To be fair, the Naga chili jam that I do, the Naga is not really the prominent part of it. It's a very much savoury, sweet product. Yes. I haven't released that one. I need to do that, Jamie.
Chocolate raspberry. Now that sounds right up my street.
Yeah, I basically made a chocolate and raspberry syrup and then I floated a load of chocolate reapers in the syrup whilst it was boiling away, removed the reapers from it, and then bottled it. I jarred it because it was quite thick.
Yeah.
And the idea of it was to go on to ice cream or puddings.
And I remember Jamie Bolton actually reviewing this.
Yeah, because then he said to me it was hot, but I can't really do it. So I made him a triple hot one, which still probably to this day isn't that hot. Nowadays, if he said that, I would make it rocket fuel for him. But it was quite nice because you pour it over your ice cream and you've got this raspberry and chocolate flavour with the Reaper fruitiness from the Reaper, and you keep eating and eating. It's quite nice and enjoyable. And as soon as you finish your ice cream, the build from all that sauce came through, and then after you finished, all the heat hit you. But yeah, that was a good sauce.
I see. I've got a new favourite sauce for ice cream now. It was the Tabasco raspberry chipotle sauce.
Yeah.
And now I tried Sean Overthrow's cherry piece the other day.
Oh, okay.
on my lunchtime show, and that goes so well with ice cream. It's
Really?
unbelievable.
It's definitely a strange one. People don't, when you say to people about having it on ice cream, they go, "What? Really?"
Yeah, everyone's like, "What planet are you on? Chili sauce and ice cream?" It doesn't go. Yes, it does. Anyone watching right now who doesn't believe that ice cream goes well with chili sauce, you're wrong. Give it a try. Yeah. You won't be disappointed.
100%. Yeah, I think Jamie Bolton's probably still got a few videos somewhere, or they might be on my page as well, where we were trying it and testing it out. And I have said to Jamie recently, I may even release it as a product in the future. Had both Sean's cherry sauces. Yeah, I haven't tried Sean's cherry sauce yet.
Oh, it's amazing.
Good.
It's amazing. I don't know if he's got any left after the festival he's done this weekend, but if you get a chance, grab some.
Yeah, I will do. That sounds good.
Right. Next question.
Yeah.
What is the worst tasting sauce you've ever had? Everyone has a worst tasting sauce.
Okay, well,
it could be one you've produced, or it could be another UK producer which you'd like to mention if you want to mention.
I don't know the name of the company, but when I was at the Cheese and Chili, they had a chili eating competition, and they were given shots of a sauce in between the pods because they had rubbish pods this year. And Irina came up to me with the bottle and said, "Taste this." And it was spelt a bit strange, and it was called Sriracha. So it's meant to be like a
sriracha-based sauce.
Like a sriracha-based sauce, but it was spelt either incorrectly or just spelt differently. I'm not sure how that one worked. And it was made by, there's two guys that everyone knows on the chili. What's their names? Dave and Ollie, is it? Yeah, they came up to my store and I was a bit, I don't know. But I believe they made this. But anyway, she said to me, "Have a taste of that sauce." So I had a little bit on a spoon. And for a company that's, I was told, was homemade and artisan and everything else, it was very much just vinegar. And I don't know, it just sour, no flavour. It was just, for a sauce that you're tasting at a chili festival, is not the kind of thing you want to be tasting. I don't know who made it, how they made it.
It's not something you want to have on your chips.
It repeated on me for ages. The flavour, it was just, I just didn't enjoy it.
Oh.
Yeah, which is a shame, because I don't really find anyone else's products that bad, especially from chili producers like myself. Most of them, Sean Overthrow, Chili Goodies, Irina's products, that other Somerset Chili Garden, Daddy's Cool, Mr. Vicky, all of them, they all make some cracking products. But that, I don't know.
Now, my favourite sauce from Daddy Cool's has to be the Final Destination. I love that sauce. That stuff's amazing.
He makes some good products. He's been going for a while, hasn't he?
He has.
He's got a massive menu. It's he's doing very well.
Right. Okay, so we've gone from worst tasting. If you have to pick 3 sauces to be stranded on a desert island with, what would they be and why?
Okay, type of sauce or personal people's ones?
Any.
Okay,
I would 3 sauces you'd like to be trapped on a desert island with and survive on a desert island with 3 sauces.
Okay, I would go a buffalo sauce.
Yeah, by any particular?
I don't know. Well, I'm gonna go with this because I'm just about to create one very soon. So I'm gonna say mine because I reckon it's gonna come out.
Your buffalo sauce, okay?
Yeah, cool. It's gonna be called Buffalo Wing Sting.
Buffalo, nice play on words.
Yeah, well, I've already created the label, but I haven't even dabbled in the kitchen yet. But the label's there. Right. Then I don't know anyone that makes one yet, but some kind of Jamaican jerk sauce rather than rubs and all that. A Jamaican jerk sauce.
Right, I believe I know someone who makes. Kevin Chilli, he makes a nice jerk sauce.
Does he?
He has dabbled with making jerk sauces. I believe Kevin Chilli has made a jerk sauce. I'm trying to. Hotheads, they do a nice jerk sauce.
Oh, okay.
Who else do I know makes a...
I'm also going to be releasing one at some point within the next, I don't know. It's a bit mad here at the moment, but within my next few sauces or products I release, it'll be a buffalo and a jerk, if I can crack it right. Hot Pods Jolt is amazing jerk sauce. There we go.
Yeah, Hot Pods, yeah, forget to mention them. Good artisan producer here in the UK.
Yes. And then I think if I had those two with me, a jerk and a buffalo, then I'd probably take my biting tiger.
Oh, that stuff's a bomb. The biting tiger.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, as much as my favourite is the twisted hot pepper, I think the biting tiger. If I had a buffalo and a jerk, then this would be the third alternative. You know, because it's a different type of sauce. And,
that was the first ever sauce I tried of yours. Was the biting tiger?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, that took my taste buds on one hell of a journey, and it was really tasty.
Yeah, that's what I like about it, and to be honest, even at the Cheese and Chili recently, I mean, I won second place at the Great Dorset with that one, and that was the first time I ever been to the Great Dorset, and since then it's just been a hell of a seller. It just keeps going and going and going. I made over 100 bottles for the Cheese and Chili just gone, and I only came back with about 12 of them. So it's it sells. People, I put it in the taste tent, and you just get people coming straight from there. And to be fair, with the twisted hot pepper as well, they were both in the taste tent this time. Yeah. And everyone was coming straight to me. Where's those sauces? Where's those sauces? And they were just buying them. I still didn't win anything there though, but I managed to get loads of sales out of it, so it was perfect.
Right, top 3 favourite get your words out, Pete. Top 3 favourite sauce producers, can be artisan or supermarket brands.
Okay, I'm going to go with one of my first ones. Will be is Chris House from
Chilli Goodies.
Chilli Goodies. I just think that he's fairly new as well, and everything he seems to come up with and bring out just gets a lot of talk. I've tasted quite a few of his products, his fudges, his popping candy, his sauces.
I've tried the fudges and I've tried the popping candy, and I've tried the sherbet he did.
Oh, I'd never tried the sherbet.
The sherbet was nice.
Yeah. He came out, he started things a little bit before me, not too long before, but just before me. And we talk quite a lot, and I check with him before I release a new product, and he does the same just to make sure we don't cross paths. Because I want to push him as far as he can go as well. He's a really nice guy. He works with his daughters alongside him and his son a little bit. And I just think that his products seem to just really be nice, and he's doing it for the right reasons. He just wants to make people happy, really.
Put smiles on faces.
Yeah, exactly that.
Right, so that's one.
That's one, yeah. I would say Sean Overthrow. I think he's an absolute legend with his products. I think he comes up with some cracking ideas, and he's got a massive range.
And his range is huge.
Yeah, and he drops them off for a while and then just pops back up with these little ranges that just, as soon as they do, everyone buys the whole lot. Which I think is quite a nice way he does that. Takes them out for a while so that there's a need for them when they come back out. Yeah. And again, most of his products are just absolutely bang on. So yeah,
I've got a load of his sauces to do on my lunchtime shows this week.
Nice. What, new sauces or ones that you've just tried?
Well, I asked him to put a hamper together, a £20 hamper for my birthday. What was last week? Nice. So he sent me 7 sauces, which I've never tried before of his. So I'm going to be doing them on my lunchtime shows.
Lovely.
So the first one was a cherry piece one I did.
Oh yes. So
I'm not sure what tomorrow's one's going to be. Be a surprise, I suppose.
Nice. Yeah, just close your eyes and you'll be fine. And for a third one, I would probably say James Haskell. There's loads of producers which I think are really great. Mr. Vicky and everybody else, and Daddy's Cool and that, and even Stephen Gibbs. But I think James Haskell again, he's quite on par, being he hasn't been around too long with it. And I think he's just trying to do it for the right reasons. He's a single dad, I believe, with a couple of kids.
He's based in Bristol, same as Jamie Bolton's.
He's based. Yeah, exactly. And people give him good reviews for all his products. So and he doesn't have the most time in the world to be able to do it all because of the boys and whatever he's looking after. But he pushes it when he can, and I think he does really well.
I did review his pineapple curry one when he first started out in the early days of EHP. I did his pineapple curry one. That was really, really nice.
Yeah.
Worked well. It went well in a nice tikka masala.
Oh, lovely.
Half a bottle in a tikka masala. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could go on all day about each producer doing well and which ones I think, but they're just three people that I communicate with them quite a lot, and they do with me.
Go on, carry on.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. There's loads of them out there which are really good, but they're just three that come to mind. You know,
Chilli Goodies, Sean Overthrow, and Haskell's
hot sauce. Yeah,
Haskell's hot sauce are your number three top producers.
Yes.
Thankfully, you didn't mention any supermarket brands, which is good. Right, so this one is going to be an awkward question for you. Name one producer or influencer you'd like to do a collaboration sauce with. It could be anyone.
Well, to be fair, I've already had a chat in the past with Sean Overthrow about possibly doing one.
Yeah.
But again, I would quite happily do one with anybody. But me and Sean have spoken about that in the past. I think it was only a brief conversation, but if we're ever in the same vicinity, I think we would probably collaborate and do something.
Yeah. I did a collaboration 2 years ago with Sean on a sauce.
Nice.
We created this one here, which get it without smashing anything. There we go. Which was the Pepe's Dream sauce, which was a tribute to grandfather.
Yeah.
Which Jamie Bolton's done 2 bottles of this apparently.
Nice.
He enjoys it. It's a raspberry Reaper based sauce. I did a collaboration with Sean as a tribute to my late grandfather, who told me never to give up on my dreams, and here I am today doing live shows and talking to some great people.
Perfect. Sounds amazing.
That was a collaboration sauce I did. Really enjoyed it. It went well. All my family got a bottle each for free, signed. I've still got 3 bottles left in my collection.
Nice. You can't beat that. No,
it works well with ice cream as well, being raspberry.
Yeah, definitely. When you said raspberry Reaper, I thought that instantly as well.
Yeah, it definitely goes well on a nice hot sunny day with your Mr. Whippy.
Yeah, is it a raspberry based sauce? So it's mostly raspberry with other stuff in it.
It's well balanced. It's well balanced. You can taste the raspberry. You can taste the Reaper there. Perfectly balanced in the middle.
Yeah, that's
which
what
makes
we need.
it a brilliant dessert style sauce.
Perfect. Yeah.
Or, as Sean says, it goes well with goat's cheese, but I don't like goat's cheese. But he says it goes well with goat's cheese salad.
Nice, fair play. And everyone has a different taste palette, so
exactly. Everyone has their own palates, but it's not so hot that it wrecks your taste buds. You can still taste whatever you're eating it with afterwards.
Yeah, and that's what I plan on every product I make. If the heat comes too far in, then I will reduce it and make it less of a hot sauce.
Yeah, that's key to making hot sauces, that you don't outweigh the flavors with the heat. It's got to be either in the middle or just to one side.
And that's where Sean had that perfect name. Was it? I think it was Sean. Flavor Before Fire.
Yeah, Flavor and Fire.
Flavor and Fire. Sorry, yeah, Flavor Before Fire.
Flavor Before Fire is another producer.
Yes,
I get them confused as well.
Yeah,
Sean. Flavor Before Fire and Flavor and Fire. I do get them confused.
And I find it hard not to say that. Like when I'm typing stuff up on my Instagram or Facebook, to put, when you try and talk about a new product or something and say about how the flavor comes before the fire, I struggle not to write it because it's a bit of a copy on that. So I have to come up with a different way of saying it each time. Yeah. But it
is confusing.
Yes.
That has been your question, surprisingly enough. That is all 8 of them. Yeah, that is all 8. So shall we bring John in and get this reviewed? It doesn't look like we're going to be joined by Dom. He's not in the back room at all, and he's not messaged me. So
okay.
Maybe we'll have to grab him on next week's show instead.
Yeah.
But next week's show is going to be an absolute banger. I've got a producer from the USA, Robert Rice. He created Box Fusion Fuel Sauce.
Nice.
He'll be on next week along with James from Some Like It Hot. He'll be joining us on.
Oh yes, James. Yeah.
Right, let's bring in John again.
Hiya.
There he
How
is.
you doing? All right.
There's John, the one what's going to hurt Jamie Bolton. So we've got the twisted pepper sauces. We all got them.
Oh yes. Yeah, give it a little bit of a shake. It shouldn't need too much because it doesn't separate or anything. So
I've not opened this, so I've not tried it, so I'm going in blind straight away.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like I do with all my sauce reviews, I always go in blind. I don't try before I review it. Straight in blind and see how we go.
Obviously, I've had it plenty of times, but I'm opening one just for the video, so because I know it won't go to waste.
Oh no.
Oh, lovely. You can smell the curry.
Very good. You can smell a curry, yeah.
Mm.
How are you guys tasting it on a spoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll grab a spoon quickly and do the same.
While he's getting a spoon, has any of my viewers got any other questions they want to put across to either John or Karl? Feel free to pop them up, and we'll pop them up on screen for my guests to answer. That's quite fruity, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully you'll get the taste as if I produced it, you know, where I like to. If I write on there, you'll get the strawberry notes, or maybe just the fruity part of the strawberry, and then you'll get the curry flavour, and then the heat will come through afterwards. So hopefully you'll all receive it in that order as well.
Right.
Again, it's not a crazy hot sauce, but there's quite a bit of Scotch pepper in it.
Quite thick. It's like a texture of a ketchup.
Yes.
Thickness-wise, it's not too loose, which is good because if the sauce is loose, you know it's packed full of vinegar.
Exactly.
And if it's thick, it's packed full of flavours.
Yeah, and I don't sieve anything. Everything stays in the liquid. So, yes.
Right.
Bottoms up. Mm.
Mm.
Oh.
I'm tasting the strawberry. Now, some people who've done this said they can't taste the strawberry. I'm tasting the sweetness of the strawberries straight away first. And then the curry. And the curry sucker punches you in the back of the throat.
Yeah. And you get a bit of a build from the Scotch bonnet as well.
Yes, slowly.
Mm.
Mm. That would be great on ice cream.
Oh, okay. Never tried that one with that.
Like that. With Neapolitan ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Mm. It's got a 5 out of 7 chili rating. Now, I've never had a bottle of sauce which had more than 5 chilies on it. 5 out of 7 chili rating on that. That is, it's got a nice heat. The heat builds. It's coming back down. It's going back up. But then the flavour of those strawberries
still linger a little bit.
They're lingering still.
Yeah.
Wow. And that is quite punchy.
That's a very nice sauce.
Mm.
And
it's
not a hint of vinegar.
No. And there's, you know, there's vinegar in it. But again, I think with this one, I used apple cider vinegar because it keeps that fruity sort of tone with it as well.
You can taste the apple cider in there.
Yeah.
You can taste the apples in that apple cider.
Yeah, but not sour. There's no sort of sour in it.
No, it's a sweet note with the strawberries.
Mm. Yeah. It's definitely one of my favourites. And to be fair, a lot of the time when I'm cooking, because I can only cook at night here, because I've got family and whatever else in the house, so I wait until everyone's sort of out the kitchen, dinners are done and everything else. So sometimes if I'm doing a 5-6 hour cook at night, I haven't got time to make myself dinner, so I'll just go and buy like a microwavable jalfrezi or tikka masala from the shop. I put about, I don't know, a quarter of a bottle in it, stir it in, and it makes a very basic £2 curry taste something quite decent.
Well, I've got a bit of a nose.
Oh, okay.
Bit of a nose run.
That's when you know you need a second spoonful.
I'm getting to that.
Yeah, it's I mean, when I do it on the festivals, you know, you get some people come up, oh, it's your hottest sauce, and that's the hottest one that I make off the shelf that I serve people. And that's only because as I've made them product after product, I've made the next one up and the next one up, you know. And I mean, it's not crazy hot. It's still an enjoyable heat for most people. Some people find it quite warm.
Do you ever think you'll ever make a sauce too hot for anyone to handle, like Charlie Whitmore, who's watching?
Well, I don't know, because
produce a sauce which could outdo him.
Well, funny enough, when I made the one, I did a sauce recently for James Hillier, the motorcycle racer, and he ordered 300 bottles of. He just said, "I want melt your face sauce." He goes, "Don't need flavour, don't need this, just melt your face." He said, "There's a beer tent, 2 tents up at the Isle of Man TT." He said, "I just want people to buy it to stitch up their friends with." So I've ordered 30 kilos of Reaper mash from the Chilli Doctor.
Chilli Mash Co? No,
Chilli Doctor. I went to the Julio, I think his name is. He supplies a lot to the Chilli Mash company. So I ordered 30 kilos, massive 10-litre tubs, and I made 300 bottles using that. And I had to wear a gas mask with it. It was deadly. And I made 4 bottles at first, because first of all, he sent me some sachets. So there was 3 little sachets, about 400 ml, I think it was. So I made 4 bottles, which came out quite thick. So I sent one to Jamie and I sent one to Charlie. And I wanted their opinion, because I basically based it on the theory of this sauce. But because it had 100 ml Reaper mash in the bottle, and then there was only 50 ml left for me to squeeze in flavours. So we're going for another one, are we?
Yeah.
I've gone for another one. Well, really hits. Heat really hits the back of the throat.
It's nice.
The more you have on it, the more it settles on your palate.
Getting a bit of ginger in there as well.
Bit of ginger.
Any ginger in?
I don't think there was.
No?
I'm trying to remember now. I have to read the label myself.
Ingredients: Scotch bonnet chilies,
probably the mixed spice,
sweet long red peppers, strawberries, brown sugar, onion, white balsamic vinegar, olive oil. Yeah, you get the silkiness of that olive oil in there. Lemon juice, sulfates, which is an origin, garlic, salt, black pepper, turmeric, cumin. You can taste the cumin.
Yeah.
Fenugreek. You can taste the fenugreek and mixed spice. Time.
It's probably the mixed spice and the cumin that's bringing that note in. Yeah. I do use ginger in a lot of my products, but that one particularly no. But yeah,
nice Asian fusion flavors going through that sauce.
Yeah, and I know what you mean. You do get like it's got a nice lip warmth. I don't find it crazy hot. Yeah, well, that's when we were talking a second ago about that sauce I made. I sent one to Charlie and one to Jamie, and because in a 150 ml bottle I made 100 ml Reaper mash, there was only that small amount left to try and build some flavour, because I couldn't produce it like he asked without flavour. I just can't do it. Because for the people like Jamie and those who can taste the flavour in a sauce that hot, I wanted to make sure it was actually enjoyable for those people. So yeah, I used strawberries, red pepper, probably like a strawberry, a red pepper, half an onion, and that was in like a whole batch. And then I ramped up the curry flavours into it as well. And it was a theory similar to the twisted hot pepper, but obviously the massive part of it was Carolina Reaper mash. And I think Charlie said on one of his chats he was live on Nuke recently, and he said out of all the challenge sauces and stuff he's done this year already, the hottest thing he's had so far, I think, was that one I sent him. But obviously it still didn't melt him. So we've got to find something that's going to hurt him. I am searching the internet high and low trying to find something what will hurt Charlie, but everything I come across doesn't seem to. Just probably laugh at him and he'll laugh back. I think it would have to be some very, very bad extract, I think, would be the only way to tackle him down. I don't really like to use extract because I know a lot of people say it leaves a funny bitter taste, some kind of aftertaste.
While he's in chat, I'll ask him, if he's tried the bomb final answer. Charlie, have you tried the bomb final answer? Because if not, I reckon that might meet your match, actually, because that is evil.
I think sometimes it's not really the sauce off a spoon.
On there, the bomb final answer, which is the fourth the bomb in the series.
And what Scoville is that? What rating have they got on it?
1.5 million, it says, but I swear to God, it's hotter than 1.5 million. I only had a tiny drop of that on a piece of cheese in it. Ugh.
Maybe we should just give him the extract itself, just pure extract. Have a little bit of that, mate. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. Same as me. I'm not a fan of it. Not a fan of it. The best extract tasting sauces I've actually tried come from Wiltshire Chilli Farm, which is a Godslayer and a Regret.
Yeah, Regret. Yes.
The Regret and Godslayer are the two best tasting extract sauces I've got in my collection behind me, and what I've ever tasted, actually.
Can you still taste flavour in Regret?
Yeah.
Good.
I did the Godslayer and the Regret at the same time. I did a spoon of each, one after the other, and you can still taste all the flavours.
Perfect.
In them. That video's on my channel somewhere.
Oh, is it?
It's a challenge I called God's Regret.
Oh, okay.
Where I did a spoonful of Regret and a spoonful of Godslayer. And I think I did a 5-minute burn on top of that.
That's the only reason I haven't done anything to do with extracts yet, is because I try and always use chili if I can. What you should do is get Charlie in to do some extract whilst we're on the channel. That would be good.
I'm sure Charlie will agree to coming on in a future show and seeing if we can hurt him. I'm sure there's someone out there who's willing to come on the show.
I believe the signal's gone a bit.
At the same time as Charlie and hurt him. Right? John's frozen. Everyone's frozen. Oh, they're back.
I'm back. Hello.
That's all right. Sorry, you both froze for a minute then?
Yeah, it went black on my screen, yeah.
That is definitely twisted and very tasty.
Yeah, definitely good.
Good.
So how much is this roughly on your website so people can...
I sell those at $6.99.
$7.99?
$6.99.
$6.99.
I think it's frozen again.
No, he's moving.
Hopefully I'm still here.
Yeah, he's still there. John's frozen. Karl's frozen now. No, Charlie said he'll definitely come on for a chat again. So that's cool. So we'll sort that out in the next few weeks. Charlie will have you on and we'll see if we can find someone who can hurt you. Maybe James from somelikeithot.shop can come on and find something what will hurt you. Not that we want to hurt you. I really want to hurt Dr. Dom tonight, but he's missing in action. I'll just leave Karl there. He might pop back in a sec. But it's been a really good show so far, I reckon.
Yeah, very good. Am I still on?
Yeah, you're still on. Yeah,
good.
Yeah, and then Karl's back.
Yeah, he kept cutting off for some reason.
It's that time of night. Everyone's on their devices now.
Turn my phone off as well. So I sell the sauce at $6.99 on the website. And whenever I do festivals and stuff like that.
Have you got any promotions running at the moment? Share with anyone?
There's, do you know what? I can't actually remember what's on there at the moment. There was a nuke offer on there. Let me just have a quick look.
Is that 15%
Nice
off?
thing about. I think it was 20. Let's have a look quickly. Coupons. So if anyone wants to use the code at the moment, it's NEUK20. So capitals NEUK20, and that's 20% off at the moment.
And that's off all your products?
Yeah.
That's off all the products. So
Yeah.
I ain't got a banner I can bring up for that, but yeah, Nukes 20, all capitals, and get yourself 20% off Karl's sauces from his range. I know I'm going to be checking out his website in the coming next week or so, and I'm going to see if I can get myself a couple of other sauces to try on this channel.
Yeah.
Promote it a bit more.
When I do the when I do release and dabble with the buffalo sauce, I'll ping you a bottle of that over for you to try as well.
Nice one. I'm a big fan of buffalo sauces, so
yeah, I want to try and crack being very similar to buffalo. I'm probably going to use a cayenne mash with vinegar and some small amount. No, that's it. I want to. This is how I want to do it. I want to keep that creaminess, and I want to make it saucy, as they say.
Yeah.
But obviously, buffalo and like red hot, for example, are a vinegary style of sauce. So people like that sour vinegary taste from it. I don't want to remove that too much, but again, I don't really like making vinegary sauces. So I'm going to be using Karl. I'm going to be using cayenne mash and reaper mash, and some other flavors in there, and then I've got hopefully I've managed to find a butter alternative which will keep that creaminess as well. But like I said, I haven't even dabbled with it yet, so when I do, I will be pinging something out. Jamie's going to get one, I think. He wanted to try it, and there's a few people local to me who are good customers of mine, so I'll give them all a bottle and just, I'll do 24 bottles and just throw them out to people and see how it all goes on, really.
So I'm just putting your promotion up now. I'm just quickly typing it out.
Yeah, NEUK20.
NE20. Save. There we go. Now the promotion's running across the bottom of your screen.
Nice. That's it.
Check out NEUK20 for 20% off. That's
lovely.
Decent deal that in this economic climate right now. Yeah,
it is, and it's I just try and, for people that have supported me throughout the whole time, I've only been doing it.
Give them a bit back.
Yeah, it's like 18 months I've been doing it. So, my normal customers around here, they're always coming back for more sauces. And I like it when you sell them a jar or a sauce, try this one, and then they send you a picture that night of an empty jar, and then they're coming around in 2 days for another top up, and they're buying 5 other things. So
go on.
Even if it's only a case of just buying one product to have a little taste, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Well, hopefully you will. And then, the code will be there for a while anyway. So,
where can everyone find you this summer? You got any other festivals planned?
Well, if I can get my van fixed, then I was meant to do one this weekend. I was invited to another local thing this weekend, and there's some guys came around the festival last time with another festival they were trying to release soon. But I'm definitely booked in at the Great Dorset Chilli Festival. I am definitely booked in at Wiltshire Chilli Festival.
That's a pretty big one, that one.
Yeah, it's only one day. I think it's quite small hours as well, but it's a street which they close off, I believe, and it's meant to be crazy. So I'm at that one as well. I think that's all I booked in for this year. I didn't do too many because I only cook at night, so I've got a full-time job anyway. So it's crazy busy still, even though I'm only doing it at night. So
that's fair enough, mate. Right. Yeah. Now, thank you very much for coming on, Karl. It's been
no worries.
Pleasure having a chat with you and getting to know you, and my viewers getting to know you too.
Yep, lovely.
Check out that link scrolling across the bottom of your screen for all your hot sauce needs. Also, go over to John's going to tell you the link to his page where you can check out all the craziness, because he never sent me a link to post up on this channel. So, John, do you want to tell us everyone about your page where they can check you out?
Yep. Sure. It's a Seed Exchange group, Facebook group. So you'll find it on Facebook.
Seed Exchange. Check it out on Facebook. You do competitions for people to swap and win seeds.
Exactly. So it's the Chili Pepper Seed Exchange UK.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really good fun. Lots of competitions, lots of good advice as well, apart from just the exchanges that's going on. We've got all sorts in
you got
there.
advice from
Hydroponic.
growers and producers on there as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, check these two people out. Oh, there we go. Check both of these two people out. I'm going to kick them out now, and I'm going to end the show, and I'll have a chat with them after we've gone off air. But I'll talk to you two in a sec.
Great.
I'm just going to end the show. If you can just hang around in the background until we've closed, I shall talk to you soon.
Sure. Thank you.
So that is it, guys. It's been a pretty long show. Two of my guests never turned up. But hopefully we'll have them on next week, so you won't miss out on that. But talking to next week's show, we've got Robert Rice joining us from the United States, the producer of the Doc's Fusion Fuel sauce, and we've also got James Nicolian from somelikeithot.shop joining us on there for a chat. He'll be telling you about some promotions going on at the moment, some really cool stuff coming up from him soon. So remember to check that out. But thank you all for watching. I have been Extreme Heat Pete. This has been Sunday Night Heat with Extreme Heat Pete. Remember to tune in every weekday at midday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the lunchtime sauce and snack reviews, where I'll be reviewing a snack and a sauce every lunchtime live for your viewing pleasure. So please check them out. Also remember to like, subscribe to this channel, help me reach my next target of 400 subscribers. Well, I'll be doing a special giveaway. I've got something special planned for that milestone too. But I am now going to leave you with the closing sequence. If I can find it. My screen's gone blank. Right. See you later, guys.